Hello guys, good day to you all. Yeah, welcome to Gio's Review channel. Today we are going into Uche Nancy Update TV video titled Peace or War. Featuring in this video are Chinenye Nnebe, Eso Dike, Chioma Nwosu, Prisma, Juliet, and the rest. Basically, the video was about this lady whose mother-in-law is, you know, ever ready to degrade her. She doesn't like her at all. Probably because she is a career lady. She needs to stand in place of a husband that travel abroad for his PhD program at his office as CEO. Also might be that the mother-in-law is so jealous of her. So she decided, that is the mother-in-law, to dress herself and get to their office and to announce to the workers during their board meeting that she is the CEO's mother, the CEO's mother. And all this happened in the absence of Charles, that is Bella's husband. She continued all this activity while Bella's, try her best to condole her with the help of her best friend, Lisa, who, in one way or the other, she opened up to. And Lisa advised her, why not call your husband, call Charles, and let him know what is really happening. But she decided not to. So eventually, Charles came back after his program. You could see that for the first 2 weeks that Charles came back, the mother didn't allow Bella to have access to her husband, that is Charles. Even to the extent that in the night, Mama will want to have a gist or talk, telling stories with Charles, the way they've been doing when Charles was still young. So even at times, they will reach 12 midnight, still there on their matrimonial bed, Mama will be telling stories, while even Charles must have slept off. And she won't allow the wife, that is Bella, to at least have time to enjoy his husband. So this, really puts Bella off. That why is it that Charles never even think of it, that this closeness is too much, and at least let Mama give them a space to have time for themselves, to be able to, talk. All this she related to Lisa, who told her that communication is the key you need to talk to your husband about this. Don't just leave it to yourself. So as the situation continues, it got to a state that Bella couldn't hold it again. But what she now did, at least, it now, brought in what we call um malice. And also it's that sent the husband Charles and the mother-in-law out of a matrimonial home to to the mother-in-law's house at Bihar. And when they got there, you know, she was she's been lonely, although she never take it that she has done anything, that might be wrong, sending her husband and the mother-in-law out of the house. So right there at the grandmother's house, you know that the mother-in-law, know that you see that the mother-in-law now was trying to bring in a maid to try to seduce Charles, so as to make Charles to fall for her and to get pregnant for Charles, because Bella's mother-in-law has made up her mind. She doesn't want Bella. She doesn't like Bella at all. And she has not been hiding it. It's all the exhibition of her character towards her. So all efforts geared towards, making the house girl, or rather making Charles to fall for the house girl, proved fatal. But this man still know is why, and was a disciplined man. So it now happens that, Charles is beginning to have an interest in the housemaid. He cared for her. When the mother was sick, he helped in sending some money to support her, as well as, buying things for her mom, that is the mother-in-law, and the maid. And they started eating together at the dining, spending time together. But what mother-in-law wants is for Charles to impregnate the housemaid. But this, he said, is not proper for him. And for him to go, to further in doing that, he has to divorce Bella first, go through the law, get a paper, divorce paper, and give it to her before they could go further. That is in him getting married to the housemaid, that is Candy. So the day they now plan, they've collected the paper now to now bring that divorce paper to Bella. So that was when, as they entered the house, they now overheard Lisa and Bella talking. And that conversation, it now clicked to their hearing that the husband hasn't been, because of Malice, the husband hasn't been attentive to the wife, and the wife has been dying of cancer. So that was all they heard. As they heard that, they now rushed back. They did not proceed to enter the house to meet Lisa and Bella. So what they now went to go and, to start doing now is that, this happened. Charles now realized that he has failed as a husband. So what he needs to do now, he has to come back, retrace his step, show Bella the rightful love and care for the period. Also, the mother-in-law assured Charles that she too will join in to support to make sure Bella enjoy her last days. Without knowing that what brought about that cancer was as a result of an online story about a couple that were having malice. So it was titled Dangers of Malice in Marriage. That because of malice now, the man did not know that the wife has been dying as a result of cancer. So it was that story that God used, to be able to save Bella's marriage. Because when eventually Charles and mother-in-law now came in to now show themselves to Bella, that they were around, in the presence of Lisa, they now start, showing care, doing everything, that ought to have been done before. Also, Charles now, devoted his time to Bella, caring for her in a proper way, the way it should be. As in the first time they fell in love together. That kind of care after marriage. So that was what they now enjoyed all through. Meanwhile, mother-in-law is still going to her house to inform a maid that this Charles' wife, as in Bella, will soon die. As such, Camdy should be, expecting that as soon as she dies, as soon as Bella dies, Camdy will get a son as a husband. And that was when Kamsi now said, God forbid, how could she have done that kind of a thing to a woman like her? No. She started praying that God will remove that cancer from Bella. That you could see that from her reaction, she doesn't like that kind of act to destroy another woman's home because of whatever stigma they must have put on that woman. She said the mother-in-law is a very, very wicked woman. Why? Because she has been wishing Bella dead. And as such, Camdy now said, no, this kind of a home, I can never come to this kind of a home. Because what you did to Bella will eventually come to her. If she decides to go ahead with the plan of the mother-in-law. So we could see that at the end, Bella and Charles came back in a full force. Their love was, reignited, and it's brought in a new and a much more tighter relationship, because they did nearly everything together, even to the extent that Charles and Bella, we eat together, play games together, tell story together. And this time around, the mother-in-law never have that kind space, as in the initial space of every now and then talking to Charles or wanting to be around Charles. So we could see that the reviving of this home, of this family, by that online post that talks about the dangers of malice in marriage, helped to revive Bella and Charles' home. And we see that at the end, Kamsi packed her things from mother-in-law's house and came to Bella's home. And there and then, she has to talk sense into mother-in-law that she has been so selfish and wicked because of her mind and her thoughts of wanting Bella dead, or being happy that Bella was having cancer and that she will soon become a dead or a bygone fellow. And that, exposes everything about mother-in-law. So this time around, Kamsi now said, well, she is leaving because her mother is still sick and she needs to go to the village to take care of her. And right there and there, because of this singular act by Kamsi and the kind of heart she had, not to destroy another man's home, another woman's home, because she had every opportunity to take Charles away from Bella, but she didn't do so because she was a woman that is ready to fight for other women's safety. So she now said, okay, she's going to support Kamdi concerning mother's treatment. So that was how the story. It shows a lot of things that comes around, the trials in marriage. You could see that period when it was presumed that Bella was having cancer. You see that Charles now devoted his life to, praying to God, praying for Bella's recovery, despite the fact that the mother-in-law has been having that negativity, wanting that is Bella to be a bygone or a past woman in the life of Charles. So from the behavior of this mother-in-law, we could see that, she was just thinking about her own self. She has not been thinking about, the welfare or the happiness of her son, that is Charles. So I suggest that we all try and watch this video and be able to learn one or two lessons from there. on the part of Charles, the mother-in-law, as well as Candy. It is a real interesting story. Very, very emotional. So I implore you all to like, share, and comment on this video. God bless you all.